Yeah. And it's very, very well acted by everybody in the whole cast. But I think that you have almost like the most difficult character to play, and how well you do the whole thing is phenomenal. And I don't know if I want to ruin the plot. Does everybody already think the plot of the movie? I don't know if everybody like knows, but I Spit on Your Grave is a very disturbing movie that has to do with like rape and all kinds of like really disturbing shit.
Revenge. It's coming out on DVD now, so don't spoil it.
Okay, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Everybody needs to see this, and Chad totally like rocks this shit. It's not even funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. We had about 2.5 weeks to prepare for it, and which wasn't a lot of time. And I was really nervous about not going over. It's a fine line role, you know what I mean. I didn't want to go over the top of it, and I just wanted to keep them close to heart. And
so talk a little
sympathetic at the same time. So
talk a little bit about that though. Like our show is basically for people either in the industry or who want to be in the industry. We have a ton of people who listen who are horror movie fans because we do Fright Asylum. Talk a little bit about the preparation, like what you would do to prepare for a role, because I don't know that we've actually ever asked anybody that.
Yeah.
For that one, like I said, I mean, it was all in the script. A lot of it was already there. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos with people that had stutters, because I have a stutter in the movie. Mm-hmm. And other than that, I just wanted to keep him childlike. That was really important to me. It was just to have, he has a great heart. And if I kept close to that, then I figured I'd be okay. And then once I got there, because the other cast was there a couple of days before me filming. And once I got there, we became like an instant family, and it was on, you know what I mean? And we started the whole torture and the rape scene probably like the second or third day of filming. And, we just threw ourselves into it 110%, and Steven just kind of let us go, and we just jumped right into it, man. And it was the kind of material that just made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. I mean, that whole rape scene, I mean, we weren't acting. I mean, we were acting. That wasn't really happening. But, like, there were real moments between us where we were really looking at each other like, oh, my God, we were tripping. I mean, we were tripping. And as an actor, it was probably the most creatively satisfying experience of my life.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty intense.
Yeah, because you get to go full on, which not a lot of roles necessarily allow you to do that.
It's not exactly a lot of roles that allow you to go and do that, and it was definitely an actor's. And I'm just thankful that it came my way.
That's cool. So do you go to, we go to a lot of conventions, and I saw someplace that you're going someplace for a convention. Do you do, like, horror movie conventions and stuff to go and meet your fans?
I would love to. I do a lot of supernatural conventions. I have since they killed me off in season 2, and I've been doing conventions all over the world for supernatural, and I absolutely love it. And I'm hoping this opens doors for the horror conventions, because I'm all about that too, and I want to hear what people think of the movie. I want to know. So I'm hoping we get to do that.
We actually are really good friends. I don't know if you like the Convention All Stars with Sean Clark. He represents most of there's like 2 big companies that do all the horror movie people. And like he's been on the show a whole bunch of times, and we've had all his clients on the show. So if you want an introduction to somebody to get you booked into horror conventions, if you don't already have somebody, you can email us or something and let us know, because I can hook you up. Because he's really good, and you'd be really great. Like, I would imagine, like, if I knew you were going to be going to a convention, I'd be like fucking driving in. Oops, excuse me. I'd like drive to get there really quick. I'd be like, hell yeah, I want to meet Chad Lindberg. Awesome.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You guys are awesome. Make me feel good. I appreciate it.
Chad, you did another cult movie called A Midsummer's Night Rave, which with Andrew Keegan and Carrie Lynn Pratt. It was such a great movie, and your role is so iconic. You don't understand.
Thank you.
It is great. It was a great.
Yeah, before I appreciate that.
Does anybody ever bring that one up?
I'm sorry, what?
Does anybody ever bring that movie up?
No, you're the first, actually. No.
We have something here in Florida called the Ultra Festival here in Miami, and it's all a bunch of dance music and raves go on. So when that movie came out, I went to my first rave. So of course, it was iconic to watch that movie and go to my first rave.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
great.
It was a cool thing on Midsummer Night's Dream. I like, it was a cool idea that they mixed together.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun doing that role. I kind of just got to do funny things, and he was tripping. I think my character was tripping through the whole entire movie.
Yeah, I think the whole time that you were tripping. It was great, and you did a really good job.
Oh, did he say tripping? I thought he said stripping.
No, tripping. He is stripping in the movie towards the end.
Stripping. Yeah. Not in that one, no.
So Drew's got some questions for you.
Yeah, we offered for fans to send us star mail, and the response was amazing. Your Twitter followers and your fans on Facebook and around the world are just absolutely amazing. And we have a bunch of questions for you, and let's see. We have one question from Mustang 73 Annie, and she wanted to know if Chad was offered a regular role in a series, but it was in New York City, would he take it and move?
If it's in New York City, would I take it and move? Yeah, if the role was something I loved and felt passionate about, and, I'm always thankful to be working, and if it meant having to go to New York and, be on a hit show for 3 or 4 years, then yeah, I mean, you sort of make those adjustments. So, I'm completely open to it. I mean, some shows film in different locations, and that's kind of what you got to do. So I'm open to it, man. I'm hoping to get my own series at some point. I think I'm ready for that. I've done tons of guest stars, but I haven't actually had my own show. So I'd like to be a regular at some point.
How, which brings me to a question. How do you choose the roles that you do and don't do?
For the most part, I'm just thankful to get work. You know what I mean? I don't turn a lot down. There's some things that come through, like audition-wise, or, I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that. I've done that before, But for the most
Whoa! We lost you on sound for a second.
Whatever you just said, repeat it, Chad, because something happened and we just heard some weird noises. Is he there? Are you there still?
It sounded like you were playing Star Wars over there.
There we go. Now we hear you. Say whatever you just said again about all the roles. You take whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's some things that come through that I'm like, okay, I don't really want to do that, or, I've done that before, or I'll pass on this audition. But for the most part, I'm just thankful to get a job, and I'm thankful to work, and, there's not much that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pass on it. I'm really open to whatever comes my way, and I've been really lucky, I think, to have had such a great career and been able to work on, special movies over the years and TV shows, and so I'm open. I don't turn a lot away, and if it's not for me, then I pass on it, you know what I mean? But for the most part, man, I'm just lucky to work.
Do you have to actually audition, or do you just get jobs?
Yeah, I still audition. Once in a blue moon, you get the call, and you're like, oh, they're going to offer this to you, and you're like, oh, really? Holy shit, that's exciting, A few things have come along that I have not had to audition for, and that's really awesome. I did a movie once, Fallen, about 3 years ago.
I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, it was a movie with Ed Harris and Ash Adams, who directed it and wrote it. I went and met him at a hotel and with the star of the film, and I never met him before, and I sat across from him, and we got to talking. And he looks at me, he's like, you want to do this? And I'm like, oh my God, it's a movie with Ed Harris. And I'm like, inside, I'm like crapping myself. And I'm like, yeah. Like, sure, of course. That happens every once in a while where you sort of get blessed with where you don't have to audition and something comes your way. And that's really exciting. And, after being in the business for so long, it's kind of nice, But I don't mind auditioning either. I think it's important because I think they need to see if it's a good fit, and you need to see if it's a good fit. And I like auditioning, you know.